My name is Natalia Lauk, and today I will be playing and talking a little bit, or maybe a lot, of one of my favorite pieces. It's Prelude by Johann Sebastian Bach, but it's transcribed by Alexander Ziloti, the Russian pianist who was Rachmaninoff's teacher at some point and who worked in Juilliard in 1920s. So this piece combines the passion of Baroque music and the intensity of romantic texture, which is added by Ziloti. So Ziloti was a virtuosic pianist, very proficient. He had a concert career, and to work in Juilliard you have to work something, right? So I'm gonna get rid of my watch because I just don't want anything to interrupt me when I will be trying and playing this piece. There's many wonderful recordings which I suggest go ahead and just listen to this piece. There is even an orchestra version of this piece. So original tonality of Bach's Prelude is different than this one. So Ziloti transcribed it and moved the key to B minor, which I think made it sound more dramatic and more passionate, a little bit more romantic than Baroque. So the difficulty in this piece is maintaining the pace in 16th note and at the same time have this arpeggiato left hand. And having also melody while playing the left hand and the right hand at the same time. Did you hear the melody in left hand played by thumb? Oh, this is just, it hurts in a very good way anyway. So when you will be practicing left hand, make sure you can follow with the melody which you have in the left hand. So B, D, C sharp, and the next measure, C sharp, E, resolving to D. So all of that has the shape of 4 bars, so you have to think in the 4-bar phrases. Another challenge is if you go towards the end of the piece and look at sempre ritenuto e diminuendo, the part that says that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measures before the end. When left hand, instead of playing before the beat as before, so in the beginning you had your left hand playing before the beat, and your thumbs, your left and right hand thumbs, kind of meeting in the middle. But when you see the sempre ritenuto e diminuendo, your pinky in the left hand and your thumb in the right hand, they have to start together. But then you have to really move your left hand like this along the keyboard from the left to the right, almost like you're strumming a guitar. And you have to do it together with the right hand on the downbeat. Getting more and more trickier, but you're lucky because Ziloti put some sempre ritenuto. That means you're allowed to slow down gradually, very gradually. You cannot just stop moving at the same time, like immediately. You were running, and you stop. No, he wants you to slow down gradually towards the end. Also, if you look at the 3 measures before the end, you will see sempre più ritenuta al fine, which means keep slowing down until the end. So you have to increase the tension, increase the passion towards the end. Now we're going to go towards some purely technical suggestions. So look at the measure 1. So I suggest, depending on your hand, you want a really, really equal sound, which is going to go not towards the first note of this arpeggiata, but towards this melody. You will see how it's marked. It's marked in the half notes, and the everything before it's just the cool quarter notes. So you're gonna let it go. So the fingering I'm suggesting for the first chord is 5, 3, 2, 1. May feel a little bit awkward, but what it's gonna let you achieve is equality in the, because 4-finger, if it's not very skilled, is gonna sound like this. Not very even, not towards the top note. Okay. So if you look at the last 7 measures before the end, notice how fast your left hand has to work. Also, you don't get to hold anymore because the melody is transferred into right hand with those half notes. So if you look with me at the second from last measure, you will see some interesting fingering on the third beat. You will see that on A sharp, you have to silently change from 1 to 5. Because otherwise your melody will not last, will not carry on. So you have to do 1, 5 silently. 1, 5. So practice that. 1, 5. It's tricky. So 1, 5, and then at the same time, after you change from 1 to 5, you have to go to 3 in your right hand. So it's going to be 1, 5, 3. Actually, I think it looks like it's a typo. I think it's going to be 1, 5, 2. So depending on your audition, you might have different fingering. If you find one on the internet, you most likely will have 3 on E, but I suggest you take 2 on E because 3 actually has to go to F sharp. Otherwise, it's very hard. And then the last note of this measure, make sure you have 1 on E, and then on the next measure, 2 on D sharp. I better stop talking because this piece can speak for itself. Let's see if I can do this piece justice. Maybe you will follow along. Pay attention to the half notes because half notes are indication of melody and they carry this beautiful, beautiful line. Don't forget about 16th notes in the right, because the 16th notes in the right hand, they help to carry on, to perpetuate this motion. Also start with the left hand, 5, 3, 2, 1. Make sure to move towards your thumb to bring it out because it carries the melody. Don't strike it though. Okay, let's see if we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so consider that an attempt to play it through. So I hope this tutorial gave you some insights and will help you to learn and perfect this piece and move the people's hearts.